Okay, hello grade 9. This is Miss May Muhammad Al-Khayyam, the science teacher from EVS. Okay, I welcome you all on behalf of EVS. We are really so excited that all of you chose EVS to join us in the experimental weeks. Inshallah, we assure you to assist in, and help all of you in the best possible ways. Just let's start by knowing our virtual classroom expectations or rules. You have to come on time, come ready to learn, be respectful, and all of you are muted unless I ask anyone to unmute himself or herself to answer me. And you have to raise your hands if you would like to answer, to ask about something. Try to turn your cameras on. It's very important just to see you and like to meet you. So I'm waiting to turn your cameras on just as possible as you can. Where are you? Oh, from the beginning, Saad, you need a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
My name is not changing.
What's your name?
Jana.
Okay, you can rename yourself now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start. Now, are you ready? Guys, are you ready? Let's go. Just show me if you're ready. Say ready, okay? And you can. Okay. So we have to play a game. Let's see. In this game, you have to guess the logo. I know that, mashallah, all of you are excellent in knowing the brand's logo. So let's start. How are you going to answer? How are you going to answer? In the chat box, you have two choices, okay? A or B. So you have to write the letter of the logo, okay, in the chat box. I'm waiting for you. Let's see. Okay, so this man, okay, I think it's tasty. A or B, quickly, in the chat box. Waiting for your answers. Huh? So, okay, Adam, now what is this?
A, KFC.
Yes, sure, amazing. Okay, and let's see. Huh? Guys, try to answer in the chat box. I'm waiting for all of you to answer in the chat box. This one. Johani?
Scooby.
What?
Scooby.
Yes, sure, amazing, excellent. Okay, let's go. You're on the track. Abdurrahman. Where are the others? Wake up.
YouTube.
Sure, amazing. Okay, and let's see others. Jana Saad.
It is B, Superman.
Okay, amazing. Okay. And yes, Malak Hazan. I think that you all know this. You're watching like movies and something on it, right?
A,
Malak. Amazing. Yes, sure. Okay, and Farah. You know, like this is like a logo for a famous car. What is this? I can see your answers. Yes, Farah Ahmed, Wael Ghunaim, and who else? Yes, amazing guys. Farah. Okay. Yes.
B.
Sure, Toyota. Excellent. Okay, let's go. And what is this? That looks like a robot. Yes, Ziad. Farah. Luji. Okay, amazing guys. Abdullah, Jana Saab, Maryam. Let's see. Ali Atif. Unmute yourself and answer me. Ali Atif.
Android.
Sure, amazing. Okay. Now, okay, what about this? It's so tasty, yeah. Yummy, yummy. Okay, so, do you know it? Yes, Jana, Ziad, amazing. Okay, Abdullah Muhammad. Okay, okay. Ziad, unmute yourself.
B.
You know it? Sure, it is. Yes. So let's go. And what about this one? Who knows it? Yes, sure, Ziad and Farah, Lara, Jana Saad. Amazing guys. You're excellent. Okay, brilliant too. Let's see. And okay. Omar Hatem.
Yes, Miss. B. Olympics.
Sure. Okay. And now this one, I always use it when I'm lost. So safe. Okay. Yes, sure, Kenzie and Muhammad Ihab. Anan. Okay. Amazing. Amr too. Okay. So Omar Hatem.
A. Google Maps.
Yes, it is. Okay. Now, guys, you have to answer in the chat box, okay? Just to save time. What is this? We always purchase from it, you know? I think girls always purchase from this site. Yeah, what is this? A or B? A or B? Yes, Farah, for sure. Yeah, Kenzie too. Yeah, I know. Ziad. Oh. And Judy. Sure. What is this? Is Amazon for sure. So what about this? I think that this is the best pizza here. Do you think so? What is it? Yes, Ziad, Rana, Adam. Sure. Yep. Kenzie. Yep. So Thomas Pizza. Let's proceed. What about this? Abdullah, Yusuf, Ziad, Maryam. Okay, and Ziad again, Muhammad Ihab. Okay, and sure, this is Apple. Okay, let's go. And this lovely bird. Who uses this like application? Yes, sure, Amr and Kenzie and Judy. No Ziad, there is no C. Omar. And okay, yes, this is Twitter for sure. Okay, we're near the end. Do you have any sneakers from this? Yes, this logo. Okay, Kenzie, Ziad also, Luji, and Amr, Omar. No, no, no. Okay, Muhammad Ihab, and this is, okay, yes, Nike for sure. And what about this ghost? Who knows? Yes, Ziad, Kenzie, Anan, and mashallah. Yes, yes, Abdullah Muhammad. Oh, all of you right. Snapchat and the last one. Are you confused between them? Is it A or B? Yes, Farah, Judy, Yusuf, Kenzie, Farah. Okay, amazing guys. That's it. Okay, and this game, let's turn back to our session. Okay, so today, inshallah, we're going to take what? We're going to take one of the lessons or part of a lesson from one of the branches which is so important in science. Do you know what is it? This, you know, this is physics. So now you're seated and you're sitting in front of your laptop, listening to me. Are you moving? Are you in motion? If I ask you, are you in motion? Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no in the chat box. No, for sure. Why so? Because you didn't change your position. You didn't move from one place to another. So think about anything around you in your room or even in your environment outside in the street that is fixed in its place, okay? It is fixed in its place, like it's not moving at all. I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. Yes, Farah, trees. Wissam, chairs. Wissam, also trees. And lamb, yes. What is it? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, as you can see here, buildings, trees, roads, chairs. Okay, and of course your computer. Okay, so looking at this car, is this car moving and why? If you know, raise your hands. Raise your hands if you know. The first one to raise his hand or her hand, And please, I'm asking you, you have to answer in the chat box. I'm waiting for all of you. Yes, prove that it is moving. What is the proof that it is moving? Yeah. Okay, so Abdullah Muhammad.
The car is moving because it changes its place to another place.
Okay, how can you prove that it changes its place from one place to another? Do you know?
Because
okay, so,
can you
okay,
answer
let me
again?
help. Yes, Abdullah, continue.
What's the second question?
Okay, how can you prove that this car is moving? I may help you. Look at the cactus trees. Okay.
Because
so,
it changes place.
Yes, okay. Let me help you. Now, as you can see, this car is moving from one place to another. How can I prove this? Because I have some cactus trees. Of course, these cactus trees are not moving. They are fixed in their place. And we call them a reference point. So this car is passing by some cactus trees. That's why we can say or prove that this car is in motion. So to tell or to say that something is in motion, it has to change its position. According to what? According to a reference point or a fixed point. So let's see this. Okay, this lovely car, it was standing in front of this building and it changed its position from here and moved towards the tree. So this car was in motion. Why? Because it changed its position. And what was the reference points? The building and the tree. The building and the tree are not moving, they are fixed. These are the reference points. So let's continue. Now, can we define motion? Can we define motion? Please hands down, all of you, and try to, if you know the answer, raise your hands. And I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box for the others. Can you define motion? Okay, so let's see, Jana.
Yes, teacher. Motion, it is the changing of an object position as the time passes through according to the position of other fixed object.
Yeah. Oh, amazing, amazing. Okay, young teacher. So, we said that it is the change in position of an object. According to what? According to the fixed point or the reference point. So let's see this. This is a train which is moving. The train motion, as you can see here, is considered one of the examples of motion in one direction. By the way, examples of motion in one direction includes what? Motion in a straight or curved line? Please pay attention. This question is important. So to move in a straight line, it means to move in one direction, in a straight line or a curved line. Let's continue. Sometimes we use some scientific terms to describe the motion or the movement of some animals. As we can see here, the turtle, we all know it's slow. And what about the rabbit? It's fast for sure. But the horse is faster. So as you can see here, guys, I use fast and slow. What do you think we're going to talk about? What is the term that we're going to talk about in the chat box, please? Yes, amazing, Abdullah. And Kenzie too, Anan. Yes, who else? It is, yes, it is speed. Sure, guys, amazing. What is speed? Okay, if you have these two cars, the black one and the white one, first of all, which one you would like to ride? Which one you would like to drive? And why? In the chat box, please. The black one, Anan? Amazing. You like all things. And Yara, white, Wissam, the white. Ferrari, Ziad, okay. White, because it's faster, Mariam. And Farah, Omar, okay. The second one, Ziad, okay, because it's classic. Yes, sometimes we love classics too. Zoom user, the white car, and the right one. Okay, yes, and Muhammad Ihab. So, as you can see here, I have speedometer. What is this speedometer? It is like something to show you the speed of the car, okay? And you can find it in front of the driver. It shows here that this car is moving at 60 kilometers per hour, while the white one is moving at what? 120 kilometers per hour. So what does this mean? This means that this car, the black one, can cover a distance of 60 kilometers just in 1 hour. While the white one, as you can see, it's faster, okay? It can cover 120 kilometers also in 1 hour. So, guys, I use two terms here. I use two terms to describe the speed of the car. Can you tell me what are they in the chat box? Kilometer and hour. Kilometer refers to what and hour refers to what? Waiting for your answers. Yes, Abdullah Muhammad. Ziad also. Yes, kilometer and yes, Abdullah. Hour refers to time. Yeah. Also, yes, Khadija and Farah. Yusuf, amazing. Ghazal. Okay, amazing guys. Muhammad Ihab and Farah. Excellent guys. So the kilometer refers to the distance, while the hour here refers to the time for sure. So if I'd like to define speed, first of all, we know that the speed is a physical quantity which is used to describe and measure the motion of objects. But I need a definition. I need a definition that includes the two factors that I have just mentioned now, which are, let's see, it is the distance moved through a unit time, or it is the rate of change of distance. So here, this is a very important definition. If you see like a relation between distance and time without thinking, so this is speed for sure. So as you said, the two factors necessary for the description of motion are the distance covered by the moving object and the time taken by this moving object. Let's continue. Please pay attention to this part. It's very important. Now, in this case, I'd like you to watch the movement of these two cars. And in the chat box, tell me which one is the faster, okay? I have a red one and a blue one. Which one is faster? Tell me in the chat box. Yes, sure, Yara, Kenzie, Abdullah, Azad, Farah, Judy, Anan, yes, Muhammad, Jana, excellent guys. It is there, all of you are excellent. The red one, please pay attention. In the same time, okay, which is 5 seconds, the red car covered 100 meters, while the blue one covered 50 meters. So we say that the red car is faster. Why? Why? Give reason. Because it covered longer distance, which is the 100 meter, in the same time, 5 seconds. Now, going to the second case, please just tell me which one is faster in the chat box. Waiting for your answers. Yes, Abdullah, Anan, Maryam, Ziad, Laura, Khadija, amazing, guys, amazing. You're brilliant, Judy. Okay, Ghazal, Abdullah, and Luji. Okay, guys. For sure, it is the blue one. Both of them are covering the same distance, which is 100 meters. But this red car took it in 10 seconds, while the blue one covered the same 100 meters in only 5 seconds. So it took, so the blue one is faster. Why so? Because it took less time, which is 5 seconds, to cover the same distance. So please, guys, pay attention. I have 2 cases to say that an object is faster than the other. If the object covers longer distance in the same time, so it's faster. Or it covers the same distance in less time. So in this case, it is the faster. Okay, so let's continue. Now, if I'd like to calculate speed, we all know in physics, we have some calculations like math. To calculate speed, I have a rule here. What is the rule? Speed, which is V, equals distance over time. Okay, we all know that this is a relation we have to use to describe speed. So, okay, you have to use this one. Sorry. Okay, this triangle is very important to be memorized. The distance is at the top, while the speed and time are at the bottom. So to calculate the distance, please pay attention. To calculate the distance, as you can see here, okay, what do I need? What do I need? Just look at the bottom. They are beside each other. So distance equals speed multiplied by time, okay? But what if I'd like to calculate the time itself? Oh, let's return back to the triangle again. Time is at one of the edges or one of the corners of this triangle. So it is distance over speed. And for sure, if I'd like to know or calculate the speed, as we said, it is distance over time. So I'd like to ask you something. Give reason, okay? The object speed, pay attention. The object speed, this speed, again, this speed increases, okay, as time decreases. So why do you think that the object speed increases as time decreases? Who knows? If you know, just like raise your hands and I'm going to pick up from you. Okay. Ali? Unmute yourself. I'm waiting for you. Ali Atif. Okay. Omar Hatem?
Yes, miss.
Yes. According to mathematics, why when the speed increases as the time decreases? Why do you think so? What is the relation between them?
Because the speed is inversely proportional to the time taken.
Oh, excellent, amazing, amazing. Yes, you're amazing for sure. Okay, all of you are. Yes, that's it. Because what? Because as you can see here, there is an inverse relation between the speed and time. So the answer, because they are inversely proportional. And also, if I asked you, the object speed increases, okay, by increasing the covering distance. So let me ask someone else. Oh, yes, Kenzie?
Hello.
No. Hello, my dear.
Hi.
Okay. Would you please help me here?
Again, please.
Just give reason. The object speed increases by increasing the covered distance.
Because the speed is directly proportional to the distance.
Oh, yes. You're amazing. You're on the track. Sure, yes, because they are directly proportional. So we said, how can we calculate the speed? But we didn't mention the units. It's very important. We all know that distance can be in kilometer, meter, and so on. What about time? It is in seconds or hour. So to calculate speed or the unit of speed, it should be what? Distance over time. So let's see. The measuring units of speed. If the distance is in meter and the time is in seconds, so the speed is, please pay attention, this is very important, meter per second. Sorry. So what about if the distance is in kilometer and the time is in hour? It will be kilometer per hour. Okay, so here it's according to the given information. If the distance is in meter or in kilometer, and the time, if it is in second or hour. So sometimes, and this is the trick, please pay attention, this is very important in calculations, especially in physics. The problems may have some tricks how to change from a unit to another. Let's see. So sometimes I need to change from kilometer per hour to meter per second. What should I do? What should I do? Okay, we all know from bigger to smaller, we have to multiply, right? So, to change kilometer to meter, I have to multiply by 1,000, right? While to change from hour to seconds, I have to multiply by 60 by 60. Why? To change from hour to minutes and from minutes to seconds. Okay, after calculations, you will get this factor, which is 5/18. So here, oh, miss, I'm confused. No, don't be confused. If you're going to change from a bigger, okay, unit to smaller unit, just multiply by 5/18, as it's mentioned here. So from kilometer per hour to meter per second, multiply by 5/18. But if you would like to change from the smaller one, meter per second to kilometer per hour, what would you do? Just divide by 5/18. So now let's answer some questions and practice. Now, a train starts to move at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then, what is the time of arrival if it moves at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour to cover a distance of 200 kilometers? Okay, guys, when you answer any problem, any physical problem, okay, you have first to recognize the given information. What are the given information here? 40 kilometers per hour. What is this? Kilometer per hour, so this is speed. And what about this? This is for sure the distance. Okay. If I told you that you're going to travel with your family from Cairo to Alexandria, okay, taking the train, and the train starts to move at 6 o'clock, and it moves with this speed, and the distance that should be covered is 200 kilometers. So when do you expect to reach Alexandria or to arrive there? So I have here the speed and distance. And don't forget, I have this, this relation. If I'd like to get the time, it is distance over speed. So it will be equal to 200 kilometers over 40 kilometers per hour. And for sure, without using the calculator, just cancel the 2 zeros here. 20 over 4 will be, yes, 5. 5 what? 5 apples? No, for sure. Don't forget the units. Please pay attention. In physics, don't ever forget the units. 5 what? It's time. 5 hours. Miss, why not seconds? Because here the distance is in kilometers. Okay, so this is the answer, Miss? No. Here the question is, what is the time of arrival? So this train needs 5 hours to reach to its destination. And it starts moving at 6 o'clock. So 6 plus the 5 needed by the train to reach to its destination, it will be equal to 11 o'clock a.m. Pay attention, this kind of question is very, very important. Okay, another question. A man runs at a speed 9 meters per second. Find the distance covered by the runner in 10 seconds. Okay, guys, I'd like to have one here to help me. Yusuf Hani.
Hello?
Hello.
Teacher. Okay.
Okay, can you help me, please? First of all, tell me about the given information. What is this?
Well, you mean that I will tell you the question?
First of all, tell me what is this line?
Second?
Yeah, 9 is the speed. 9 meters per second is the speed. So this is V. What about this one?
It's a time.
Sure. What is the missing information, or what does he
The
need?
distance.
Distance. Can you tell me, do you remember distance equals what?
Yes, the distance equals speed times time.
Yes, speed multiplied by the time. Excellent. So it will be equal to?
Equal 9 times 10 equal 90.
Oh, 90 bananas?
No, it's 90. It's here in second. Meter per second.
Meter per second. The distance is meter per second? Distance. So it may be meter, kilometer, huh? Meter, yes. How do I know? Because the speed here is in meter per second. Okay, amazing. Thank you. You're amazing. Okay. Then, what is meant by a moving car covers a distance of 80 kilometers in 2 hours? And let me, Marie Mustafa?
Yes, Miss.
Oh, hello, my dear. Nice to meet you. Okay. Can you help me? What is this physical quantity refers to?
Distance.
Yes, sure. So this is D. And what about 2 hours? This is there?
Time.
Sure. So what does this mean? That a moving car covers a distance of 80 kilometers in 2 hours. Yeah.
Speed.
Speed, which is V, equals?
Distance.
Do you remember? Yes, amazing. Yeah, continue. Distance?
Over time.
Yes, sure. Okay, so it is?
80.
Wow, yeah. 80 over?
2 by 60 equal 120.
No, why? Just wait. Why 2 by 60? Distance here is in kilometers and the time is in hours, so I don't need to change the time. It is just 2, right?
Okay.
Okay, so continue with me. 80 over 2 is?
Equal 40.
Yes. Again, I have another 40 bananas, right? 41?
Yes. Kilometer per hour.
Oh, sure. So don't ever forget the units. Yes,
Okay.
that's it. You got it alone. Okay. So now, guys, I'll tell you something. I have to go and just practice here. You're going to receive a link in the chat box. Just enter to play this game. Okay. I'm going to just go there. So guys, please, hands down, And before we start, do you have any question? Hands down, please. Yes, amazing. Thank you. Do you have any questions? If you have any question, just raise your hands. Okay, so now you received the link. Please, inshallah, I'm waiting for you to enter now. Yes, you started to appear. Amazing. Oh. Fantastic. Yes, we are like 43. Yeah, and I hope to find at least 30 inside. Okay, just 27? Just 3 more, guys. Please enter, huh? Oh, wow, yes. Who didn't enter up till now? Kenzie, you have a question? Okay, just, I'm going to unmute yourself. Yeah, you can unmute yourself now. Ali Atif? Ali? I don't know why you have something in okay, Kenzie, do you have a question?
No.
Okay. Please, hands down. Ziad, do you have a question?
No, yeah, Miss Thanks.
Okay. Now let's start. Wow. Amazing, guys, go on. Take your time to answer. Take your time to answer. Amazing, Omar, fine. Go on, guys. Yara, Khadija. Wait for you. Yes, amazing, Yara, Khadija, too. Habiba, amazing. Sana. Okay, guys, you're excellent. Yeah, Kenzie and Ziad. Yeah, you're proceeding. Omar Hatem, Wissam, Ghazal, and Ahmed Lujain. Okay. Amazing, guys. Marwan, start. And Maryam. Ali Atif, okay. Malak Hazem, amazing, go on. Juju, Judy, yep. Yes, guys. You have just 4 minutes, by the way. And we're going to end it. Don't worry. Okay, amazing. Oh, some students finished. Amazing. Ziad, Wissam, and Ghazal, Muhammad. Okay, waiting for the others. You still have time. Take your time to think about the questions. Okay. Amazing, guys. Amazing. You're proceeding. Waiting for the others. Go on. Lara, Marwan, and Mariam. Do you have like, I think, yes, this is a repeated name, I think. Yeah. I can see you here, Lara. Okay. And Marwan too. Yes, okay. Go on. Go, go, go. Yep. Hello, hello. Yes. Okay, and guys, I have to. Who is the winner? All of you for sure. Don't worry, like just you didn't enter early or something. Ghazal, okay, and the second is Azad and Muhammad Ihab. Okay, so yeah, oh, you're amazing. 100%, sure. Guys, okay. So just let's review the questions with each other to know the mistakes, okay? Okay, when an object's distance from another object is changing, yani we are changing the distance, we are changing the position here. So it is in motion, okay? It is in motion. Here there is no relation between distance and time to say that it is speeding. So it is in motion, okay? Then here, speed equals distance divided by, yes, we all know it is distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. And a train that travels 100 kilometers in 4 hours, what is the speed? So this is the distance, this is the time, and speed equals, do you know? As we said before, V equals, yeah, it is equal to distance over time. So it is 100 over 4 equals 25 kilometers per hour. A place or object used for comparison to determine if something is in motion, yani the reference point or the fixed point, okay? So this is the one. If a bicyclist travels 30 kilometers in 2 hours, again, the law of speed, V equals distance over time, 30 over 2. So it is 15 kilometers per hour. Don't ever forget the units. The distance traveled by a moving object per unit time. Here is the relation between distance and time. So for sure, it is speed. A moving car covers a distance of 300 meters in 60 seconds. So its speed equals what? Again, the law of speed. Distance over time, 300 over 60. So it will be 5 meters per second. And the last one, if car A, please pay attention to this one. Car A covers longer distance than car B in the same time. So car A should be faster, but here I don't have this option, okay? So this is the trick here. Car A is slower? No. Car B is slower? Yes, car B is slower than car A. And car B is faster? For sure, no. So this is the end of our session. Okay. Any question, guys? You can like now, yep. You can unmute yourself after raising your hands. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Thank you.